What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the NBA Files. Kwame Fisher-Jones, Everett Terry Jr. We should call this segment the moment of clarity.
I guess.
I've been a Lonzo Ball fan since UCLA, also known as UCLA. I'm getting a little hot in my seat right now.
UCLA.
And Lonzo Ball is struggling.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, struggle is being kind. He's sucking right now.
He's shooting 30%, which is the lowest through the first 15 games of anybody's career ever.
Give me a number that indicates sucking. Is he averaging less than 9 points a game? Yeah. Is he averaging less than, like, anything you expect is bad. Then the situation with the Phoenix Suns where his teammates got in a fight and he looked at them.
He's like, I ain't doing that.
And when they asked him about it, he said, man, they ain't really. This is the NBA. They're not really trying to fight. Plus, I ain't trying to get no tea. Everett Terry Jr., E.T., how do you fix your fellow yellow man, Lonzo Ball?
Listen, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. You can't teach heart. I learned that
You think it's
early
heart?
in life. It ain't brain. Because, like he said, they ain't really trying to fight. And what's a technical going to do to a rookie in his first 15 games of his career? Nothing. But what it does is it shows team solidarity, something that he clearly lacks. But part of that might have been the fact that his dad has a knack for helping him alienate his teammates with the comments he made about guys at UCLA.
I was wondering how long before you brought in
because it's something that's been taught. He didn't grow up that way. He's played on teams his whole life. So why is it that when every game that you've ever seen where a situation breaks out, the entire team rushes, you in the one moment where you have to back your teammates up and really draw into that brotherhood that the NBA is all about, you turn your back and walk away. He's the guy that if y'all are out at the club and the dude throws a fight, throws a punch, and hits one of your men that he's with, he gonna turn and go walk to the car while the rest of y'all out there throwing punches. I don't want that dude on my team. I don't want that dude in my space. I don't want him with me in the street because what it shows is he only cares about self. Yeah. And the mindset like that is why teammates won't like him, why guys in the league come at him the way that they do, and why it's not gonna stop. Then your brother gave out punchlines for the next 6 years with his, leading listen, he already leading the nation in steals, okay? And you got him out there already creating punchlines for you that he's going to hear every single game.
In Europe, or if you're still in China, is it considered leading the nation, or is it?
Listen, leading the country in steals. You call it whatever you want. He leads the world in steals right now.
Oh man.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, you've made yourself, whether it was on purpose or not, by family, whatever. You've made yourself a target, and you don't help it when you have opportunities to really kind of change the way people view you and not stepped up to do it. To go a step further, even if we take the whole incident last night aside, he's getting benched in the fourth quarter. I'm a Laker fan. He's getting benched in the incremental, if they're a team that's not going to make the playoffs, and he's still sitting on the bench when he needs to be playing as much as possible learning on the job. And I don't know if Walton's doing it to protect the confidence he has left, because he clearly is struggling shooting from the field. But whatever it is that he's doing, it's not helping him because he's coming out and he's playing bad. I mean, I remember the first 2 weeks of the season, he's got more assists than anybody in the first 6 games of his career. And I said, hold on.
He's got triple-double.
I said, hold on, give us some time because there's an 82-game season here. We're not playing 30 like we're in college. This is a longer season where you got to endure longer, and guys are coming after him. They're coming right at him. You just talked about how Ben Simmons came and dunked on him to start a game. We've seen him go through spin cycle after spin cycle with every team that they've played so far this year on defense.
Get a hand up,
no, he doesn't. He's getting beat badly on defense.
That's his jump.
So landed on the ground somewhere all the way from the hoop.
I'm not concerned about his numbers. I'm concerned about his effort. I'm concerned about his demeanor. It looks like he doesn't want,
You think he's suffering from a little bit of Larry Sanders? Larry Sanders, a couple years ago, guy said, you know what? Even though I'm making all this money, I don't want to play basketball. Maybe he needs to get away from the game. Nelson Aguilar had it last year. He was a guy who just checked out and needed time off. He came back, and now this year he's focused. I won't call him a bust.
You can't compare football players.
You can't.
I tried not to compare, just because football players are wildly different. Are you prepared to call him a bust?
I can't call him a bust after 15, 16 games, but what I can say is he needs to turn it around in a hurry.
I don't know what a bust looks like, but if it look like that right there.
Well, listen, at least he cut his hair, okay? That's a step in the right direction. And listen, his whole family needs to fire their barber. Whoever's cutting their hair, he's awful, okay?
Look.
That's the first step to getting yourself together. Look presentable when you're in front of people.
You can't bench a player to help them get their confidence back. That's a misnomer that gets thrown out a lot, and it bugs the stew out of me because Mark Jackson, who should be coaching in the NBA. And I don't know what Sacramento's doing. I don't know what Philadelphia's doing, but that's a guy, when you hear him talk about how to develop young players, that should be that dude has the book down. And you look at what he did in Golden State with Steph Curry and Klay
Definitely
Thompson.
took Steph to the next level.
He got them dudes nicknames. But bringing it back to Lonzo, he looks like he doesn't want to be there. And one of the things I always say to you, I always say this to you, talent or coaching is inconsequential when it has no talent. It's invaluable when you do have talent.
We agree. Lonzo
Ball is talented. Brook Lopez, 20-point scorer in the league, is talented. Julius Randle's talented.
Kuzma.
Kuzma
the Kuz. Hey,
dominant
in the rough.
Jordan Clarkson's talented. And I'm forgetting, Brandon Ingram's talented. Who's the only name on that list that's playing well? Kuzma.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham, I think, is up. Or Brandon Ingram no, he's up 5 more points a game, but he doesn't. Are you ready to sing his praise? No. So at some point, the man
Kuzma might be the best player in LA right now.
But how much of this is coaching? Like, I'm not ready to call Lonzo Ball a bust, but I do know the mofo is talented, and if he's looking disinterested. If Brook Lopez is averaging his lowest points per game since his rookie year, this is a dude that walks out of bed and drops 20 points a game. And he's from California, from the Fresno area, started at Stanford.
Right.
Jordan Clarkson looks good. Brandon Ingram is up 5 points, but he hasn't developed the way he should. Maybe we overvalue Luke Walton. It's easy to coach the Draymond Greens of the world. It's easy to coach. It's easy to work with the Everett Terrys of the world. But when you got to work with people that don't want to be there, don't give you the effort, that's how you're earning your paycheck.
But you've heard it from too many people who are good evaluators of talent around the league, from too many good quality coaches whose opinions you respect, like a Brad Stevens, like a Popovich. They speak in reverence of a guy like a Luke Walton, and I don't discount that. When you have, listen, one thing you can say is talent, real recognize real, okay? And when a guy has it, other people see it. It's a beacon. It's a light that shines. Like Ben Simmons, people see it, okay? So what I'm starting to see is I think that maybe for the first time ever, the pressure of being the last name Ball, the last name Ball pressure is starting to get to him. And I'm going to tell you why. You never saw this at UCLA, win or lose. You know why? Because even though he was a name that was out there, his dad was pumping it up, it wasn't the same as being on the NBA stage and being in SportsCenter every day when he had a bad game. When he had a bad game at UCLA, the only person screaming about it might have been his dad.
He's wired that way, though.
You say that, but we're seeing him do things that we didn't see him do in college.
We're seeing him do things that he doesn't do. Just like you said, but we're seeing him walk the ball up. I can count on one hand how many times he walked the ball up at UCLA.
Luke Walton runs a high-paced offense.
So we were told, but
that's what he ran last year with the Lakers.
Jordan Clarkson's not running a high-powered offense when he's on the court in the fourth quarter. But when he's in place in Lonzo Ball in the fourth quarter, he's walking the ball up too. And if you're running a high-paced offense, why the devil do you bring in a Brook Lopez?
Well, there you go. But how much of that is Luke Walton? Luke Walton ain't going to sign Brook Lopez.
Well, you know what?
Management did.
Your coach got to make it work. And I will never, ever, ever question Magic Johnson. So if I got 3 people on this list to question, Lonzo Ball, Luke Walton, or Magic, well, it ain't going to be Magic. It ain't going to ever be Magic.
So I don't think it's Luke. It's got to be Lonzo.
No, I don't think it's Lonzo because Lonzo's done it.
You got to coach with the talent that you have. If Magic goes out and gets you a big, slow man and says, hey, make him fit, you can't run him up and down the floor.
So you know what? You run plays for him. I'll give you an example. When a team goes on a 5, 6, 7-point run, all right? You come down. On the block. Exactly. You go from pace and space, which we heard Brett Brown talk about. It's a common thing. You go from pace, space, tempo to we've got this guy. We're going to go to him. I'm telling you, I'm ready to say it. We overvalue Luke Walton. He's not. If you can't motivate these dudes, these young kids who play in L.A., where if you win 30 games, you get a nickname and a pop star fiance, then you can't make it happen. You can't make it happen. Think about it. That's it for this segment of the NBA Files. Everett Terry, Kwame Fisher-Jones. We will see you next time.